All right, guys, listen up. We're about to embark on a journey to one of the coolest, most underrated countries out there, the Netherlands. Forget what you think you know about windmills and tulips. We're diving deep. We're talking hidden gems, secret spots, and yeah, we'll hit up some of the iconic landmarks too, because, hey, they're iconic for a reason. Get ready for epic drone shots, crazy adventures, and maybe, just maybe, I'll try some raw herring along the way. From bustling cities to peaceful countryside, the Netherlands has something for everyone. We'll be exploring ancient castles, biking through picturesque villages, and maybe even trying to blend in with the locals. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and get ready for an adventure. This is the Netherlands like you've never seen it before. First up, Amsterdam. This city is like a living, breathing postcard with canals crisscrossing everywhere you look. It's easy to get lost wandering the streets, but that's half the fun, right? You can't come to Amsterdam without experiencing the canals. We hopped on a boat tour, and let me tell you, it's the best way to see the city. The houses are all leaning in different directions. It's like a real-life funhouse. But Amsterdam's more than just pretty canals. It's got a rich history and culture, too. We checked out the Anne Frank House, a powerful reminder of the past, and the Van Gogh Museum, which blew my mind. The city's also got a vibrant street art scene, cool cafes on every corner, and enough bikes to make your head spin. Seriously, watch out for those cyclists. They mean business. All right, guys, time to leave the city behind and head north to the Wadden Islands. This place is like another world. Vast beaches, sand dunes, and a whole lot of mud. Now, I know what you're thinking, mud? But trust me on this one. The Wadden Sea is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason. It's home to an incredible diversity of life, from seals to migratory birds. We took a walk on the mudflats, which is an experience I won't forget anytime soon. It's like walking on the moon, but with more crabs. And speaking of wildlife, we were lucky enough to spot some seals basking in the sun. They're like the dogs of the sea, just chilling out and soaking up the rays. All right, so you've done the canals, the windmills, the whole Amsterdam thing. You've soaked in the rich history, marveled at the architecture, and maybe even indulged in some local delicacies. It's awesome, don't get me wrong. The city has a unique charm that's hard to resist, with its vibrant culture and lively atmosphere. But you know what? It's time to get out of the city. Escape the crowds. Sometimes you need a break from the hustle and bustle, a chance to recharge. We're going somewhere different, somewhere wild, a place where nature takes over and you can truly unwind. We're headed to the Veluwe, a massive natural reserve smack dab in the middle of the Netherlands. It's a hidden gem that offers a completely different experience. I'm talking dense forests, rolling heathlands, sand dunes that'll make you think you're in the Sahara. The diversity of landscapes here is simply breathtaking. It's like stepping into a whole other world, and trust me, you won't find this on a postcard. The tranquility and beauty of this place are beyond words. This is where you come to breathe, to get lost in the quiet. It's a sanctuary for those seeking peace and solitude. You can hike for hours, bike through the trees, just completely disconnect. The trails are endless, offering a new adventure at every turn. And the wildlife, man, keep your eyes peeled. The park is teeming with life, and you never know what you might encounter. We're talking deer, wild boar, all kinds of birds. It's a paradise for nature lovers and wildlife enthusiasts. It's like National Geographic out here. Every moment feels like a scene from a nature documentary. So ditch the tourist traps for a day, grab your hiking boots, and let's get lost in the Veluwe. You won't regret it. It's an experience that will stay with you long after you've left. Okay, so we've conquered the wilderness. Now it's time for a history lesson. The Netherlands is a country rich in history and culture, and there's so much more to it than meets the eye. And trust me, the Netherlands isn't all windmills and tulips. While these iconic images are certainly part of its charm, there's a deeper story waiting to be uncovered. This country's got history coming out of its ears, and there's no better place to experience it than in its medieval towns. First up, Breda. This town is a treasure trove of historical wonders, each corner telling a story of its own. This place is like stepping into a time machine. As you walk through the streets, you can almost feel the presence of the past, whispering tales of bygone eras, cobblestone streets, ancient churches, buildings that look like they're straight out of a fairy tale. Every structure here has a story, a piece of history etched into its walls. You can practically hear the horses' hooves echoing off the walls. It's a sensory experience that transports you back in time, making history come alive. And speaking of churches, you gotta check out the Grote Kerk. This isn't just any church, it's a symbol of Breda's rich heritage. This massive Gothic masterpiece dominates the skyline, and the detail in the architecture is insane. Every nook and cranny of this structure is a testament to the craftsmanship of a bygone era. You could spend hours just wandering around, soaking it all in. The atmosphere here is so inviting, it makes you want to explore every hidden alley and secret courtyard. But Breda's more than just pretty buildings. It's a living, breathing town with a vibrant community. This town's got a vibe, a pulse. The cafes are buzzing with life, offering a perfect spot to relax and watch the world go by. We're talking cool cafes, hip bars, and restaurants serving up some seriously delicious Dutch fare. Whether you're in the mood for a quick coffee or a gourmet meal, Breda has something to satisfy every palate. It's the perfect blend of old and new, and you'll feel it the second you arrive. The juxtaposition of historic architecture with modern amenities creates a unique atmosphere that's both nostalgic and contemporary. Breda is a place where the past and present coexist harmoniously, offering a rich tapestry of experiences for every visitor. All right, let's be real. You can't come to the Netherlands and not see the tulips. It's practically a rite of passage. The tulips here are not just flowers, they are a symbol of Dutch culture and history, a vibrant testament to the country's horticultural prowess. I mean, it's like going to Italy and skipping the pasta. You just wouldn't do it. The tulips are to the Netherlands what pasta is to Italy, an essential experience that you simply cannot miss. But listen up, because I'm not talking about your average flower shop bouquet. No, we're diving into something far more spectacular, something that will leave you in awe. I'm talking about a full-blown tulip extravaganza. Imagine fields upon fields of tulips, stretching as far as the eye can see, each one more vibrant and colorful than the last. We're headed to Keukenhof, aka the Garden of Europe. This isn't just any garden. It's one of the most famous and beautiful spring gardens in the world. This place is like Willy Wonka's factory for flower enthusiasts. It's a magical wonderland where every corner you turn reveals a new and breathtaking display of floral artistry. Imagine 79 acres of pure floral bliss, with over 7 million tulips bursting into bloom every spring. It's a sight that will leave you speechless, a true feast for the senses. It's a sensory overload in the best way possible. The colors, the scents, the sheer beauty of it all. It's an experience you won't soon forget. Rows upon rows of tulips, every color imaginable. Red, yellow, pink, purple, even black. Each variety is more stunning than the last, creating a kaleidoscope of colors that is simply mesmerizing. It's like someone took a paintbrush and went wild on the landscape. The result is a masterpiece of nature, a living canvas that changes and evolves with each passing day. You'll be snapping photos like crazy, trust me. Every angle, every perspective offers a new and stunning view that you'll want to capture and remember forever. And it's not just tulips. Keukenhof is a celebration of all things floral, showcasing a diverse array of flowers that will leave you in awe. Keukenhof is also home to hyacinths, daffodils, orchids, you name it, they've got it. Each flower is displayed with such care and creativity, making every visit a unique and unforgettable experience. It's a flower lover's paradise, and even if you're not usually into that kind of thing, you can't help but be amazed by the sheer beauty of it all. The meticulous planning, the vibrant colors, the intoxicating scents. It's a sensory journey that captivates and enchants. All right, guys, you know I love a good adventure. And sometimes the best adventures are the ones that take you off the beaten path. That's what we're talking about today. Utrechtse Heuvelrug and Saarlandse Heuvelrug. These are two nature reserves that don't get nearly enough love. They're not your typical tourist traps, which is exactly why I'm stoked to share them with you. We're talking rolling landscapes, dense forests, the kind of places that make you feel like you're a million miles from civilization. And yet, you're still in the Netherlands. It's wild, right? And sprinkled throughout these nature reserves are these incredible castles. Not just like ruins, but actual legit castles. It's like something out of a fairy tale. We're talking about places where you can spend the day hiking, cycling, just getting lost in the beauty of it all. Trust me, if you're looking for a break from the hustle and bustle, this is it. All right, let's switch gears and head to the coast, specifically the islands of Zealand, This is a part of the Netherlands that's all about the sea. We're talking beaches, dunes, harbors, the works. And the seafood? Forget about it. Fresh mussels, oysters, fish, you name it, they've got it. But Zeeland is more than just a pretty beach destination. It's got this raw, untamed beauty that's hard to describe. You can feel the history here, the power of the ocean. In fact, Zeeland has a pretty dramatic history with the sea. They've had to fight to keep the water at bay for centuries. That's why they built the Delta Works, this massive engineering project that's like a modern-day wonder of the world. All right, guys, get ready to travel back in time. Way back. We're talking prehistoric times. We're heading to Drenthe, a province in the Netherlands that's home to some of the oldest monuments in the country. I'm talking about dolmens, also known as hunebedden in Dutch. These are ancient megalithic tombs built by people thousands of years ago. We're talking Stone Age people. It's mind-blowing to think about how old these structures are. And the crazy thing is, no one really knows for sure how they were built or what they were used for. There are theories, of course, but it's still a mystery. And that's what makes it so fascinating, right? It's like a puzzle from the past, waiting to be solved. And trust me, standing in front of one of these dolmens, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. All right, you guys, we're talking about a town with no roads. No cars, no trucks, no Ubers. Just canals. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because that's exactly what Giethoorn is all about. This place is straight out of a fairy tale. We're talking picturesque canals, charming little bridges, and these adorable thatched roof cottages. It's like stepping back in time. You can practically hear the clip-clop of wooden shoes on cobblestones. The vibe here is pure tranquility. Imagine yourself cruising down the canals in a whisper-quiet boat, the only sounds the birds chirping and the water lapping against the hull. It's the ultimate escape from the hustle and bustle. Trust me, your Instagram feed will thank you. Okay, forget everything you thought you knew about the Netherlands being flat. Yeah, you heard me right. We're heading south to Limburg, a region with rolling hills, vineyards, and a whole lot of charm. Limburg is like the Netherlands' best-kept secret. It's got this almost Mediterranean vibe with its warm weather, picturesque villages, and laid-back atmosphere. You'll feel like you've stumbled into a whole other country. One of the best things about Limburg is its hiking. Lace up your boots and hit the trails that wind through the hills, past vineyards and ancient castles. The views from up there are absolutely breathtaking. All right, guys, we're ditching the canals and windmills for a hot minute to hit up Rotterdam. This place is like the rebellious younger brother of Amsterdam, you know? Totally different vibe. See, Rotterdam got bombed to bits in World War II, so instead of trying to recreate the past, they went all in on the future. We're talking bold architecture, cutting-edge design, the whole shebang. First up, the cube houses. These things are insane. Literally tilted houses on stilts. It's like MC Escher went full-on architect. You can actually go inside one, which I highly recommend, even if it's just to see if your equilibrium can handle it. And then there's the Erasmus Bridge, this sleek, white cable-stayed bridge that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. They call it the Swan, but I'm getting more of a futuristic spaceship vibe. Either way, it's seriously impressive. Okay, I know what you're thinking. More windmills, Casey? Didn't we cover those already? But hold your horses, people, because Kinderdijk is next-level windmill action. We're talking 19 windmills, all perfectly preserved and lined up like a postcard from the 18th century. These aren't your cutesy little Instagram windmills either. We're talking massive industrial-strength machines that were built to drain the land and keep the water at bay. And when I say massive, I mean massive. These things are huge, like imagine standing next to a windmill that's taller than a 10-story building. It's pretty humbling, actually, to think about the engineering that went into these things back in the day. But the coolest part? These windmills are still working today. They're a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they're a testament to Dutch ingenuity and their never-ending battle against the sea. So there you have it, guys. The Netherlands. From the canals of Amsterdam to the windmills of Kinderdijk, this tiny country is jam-packed with more amazing stuff than you can shake a stroopwafel at. We've explored bustling cities, charming towns, and breathtaking natural landscapes. We've seen world-class art, mind-blowing architecture, and enough bicycles to make your head spin. But most importantly, we've only just scratched the surface. The Netherlands is a country that rewards exploration. So book that ticket, hop on a train, rent a bike, and get out there and discover it for yourself. You won't regret it. Until next time, peace out.